Okay, great. So I'm just going to take you through. These are the two properties as well as I could establish them. This is over on the left. You got 28735. That's Suru, or the old Suru building. 28785 on the right. That's the offices of Richard Lark. And we've got the driveway in the center. And I have scaled these to scale using the floor plans that were given. So I have done the best I can with the in-game engine. This is using The Sims 4. It's the closest thing I have to being able to model this correctly. And so what you'll see is just what I'm working with in-game. So some things won't work correctly, but I did as well as I could. The parking lot is scaled. The entire property is scaled. And all the way out to the fences. And I will talk a little bit more in depth in a moment about what I'm doing specifically and the different changes I'm making. What I'm about to show you is just how large the typical square is. So each one of these square rooms, you'll see in just a moment when it drops down to the grid, they have these grids. Each one of those squares is a 3x3 room. So you're looking at 9 square feet there. And each building is scaled based on that 3x3. So I took the floor plans that we have in the business plan and I worked through them there. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to push this into fast motion. And I'm going to take out the driveway from the center. I'm going to move it over to the side. I'm going to show you what it would be like if we linked the two buildings. And I'm going to show you what it'll be like if we expand the outer green area and reduce the parking lot. So let's take a look at what those look like. Okay, so what you saw me put in here is this beautiful hallway that has a ton of light in it. The purpose of that being that I want people to be able to move freely from one area of our wine bar into another. And so they're going from either the old Suru building, which could be a private room, and then maybe over in the new 28785 building, there is little lounge rooms where people can hang out. Or it could be those hotel rooms in the upstairs with something more food-wise downstairs. And then, of course, over in the old Suru building, the 28735, there's just the opportunity for the tasting bar, the wine bar there as per usual. Out back, what you'll see is I've put these hedges up. They didn't really have vines, but I want you to imagine that these are vines. And I was thinking of a test vineyard. Now, a test vineyard allows us to put in vines of varying varietals and varying growing trellising methods, and allowing us to show them off and teach people about the different trellising methods. And then the outside, as it is as just a full campus, Just shows some of the options for outdoor seating. Could be anything. I also changed where the driveway is. So the driveway is off to the side. It keeps the parking lot basically as big as it was. And, just to be aware that off to that side there, that's where 7-Eleven is. And this would just be what I envisioned the full campus to look like with the driveway off to the side. What you'll see next is me taking this back area down. I'm going to reduce it by 21 feet. I'm going to increase it by 21 feet, reducing the parking lot by that amount. And you will see my plan for that. Okay, now here, what I'd like you to see is I've expanded the parking lot, the grass area by 21 feet, and I've laid out a couple different options for things that we can do back there. A wedding, a tasting bar, and a big screen TV to view movies. And I'll just take you into these little bit by little bit, but if we can hire a wedding planner to come in and plan weddings, it could be a big thing. We could do the after party outside, the reception, and we can even do fun community engagement things like having movie screenings outside in the summer. I think it would be a lot of fun, and it would just be a great thing to bring the community together, bring people in. And thanks to the expanded area back there, that's what we can do. Now, remember that this community square that's in the back of this particular building in the game is a school in real life. And so you'll see next what I lay out for that, but I can sum it up very quickly, and that's basically hedges, which you will see in just a moment. And so you can see I've hedged the place in. And the real reason for that is multifaceted, right? I mean, you've got a house on the left side, you've got a school in the back, and you've got a 7-Eleven on the right. And the idea that I really want to promote here is that I want this to be an immersive experience. If people are coming to our wine bar to hang out, to enjoy themselves, to learn about the area, whatever it may be, when they set foot there, I want them to feel as though they've come into a place specifically designed to be welcoming and to invite them in and have them forget about the rest of the world while they're in there. Of course, the greater community matters, but I want them to feel the insular nature of our particular campus. I think that that's what this building would be most well suited for. And so you'll see me here laying out more hedges. I'm going to put up these little arches in a moment. And the whole point of it is just to give people this incredible sense, particularly if they're coming in off the street, if they're just driving by. What I've always said was the biggest issue with the Suru buildings was that they didn't have substantial marketing on the street. There was always a little sandwich board outside, and there was a sign, and that was fine. But to really capture the imagination, if we put this kind of opening to our building outside, we can really bring people in. We can capture them from the outside and bring them into something that is totally unique in the area. And so that's really what you're seeing is my version of an outdoor marketing idea, and just how that relates to the entirety of the campus being one campus, being one unique building, all-encompassing, useful in the way that it is, and unique in the area. So that's really my video for you. We've seen how we can link the two buildings together, how we can expand the parking lot, changing where the parking lot is, turning it into one full campus. We've explored a little bit what we can do with the secondary building there. And we've also talked about what we can do by expanding the grassy area in the back. I will real quick just go into one thing that I was thinking about, which is just removing this wall here within the Suru tasting room. I have to stop calling it that, which just adds an additional 9 to 10 feet of that area back there, allowing us to have more seating. If we have this bridge linking the two buildings, then the secondary building really works as our kitchen, as our prep area, as our cellar, as you're seeing there with the basement. And that really allows us to make the most of both buildings. We don't draw revenue from that second building by doing that, but we do have the ability to add on to it and make it all one cohesive experience. Here I'm adding an additional 9 feet out the back, and you'll see that even when I add back in that wall that we currently have, that we've added a grand total of about 12 to 15 feet. So if we just put in an additional 9 feet in the back, we can really expand the building. We still have plenty of room out back. We still have plenty of room inside, and it just allows us to do even more. So that's my video. I hope you've liked it. If you have any questions, ask me. Thank you so much.